Well, let's get a military perspective on all of this for you. Our security and defence analyst, Professor Michael Clarke, joins me in the studio tonight. So, Michael, we've heard there from Mark Stone what the White House is saying. As far as they're concerned, this could happen today, tomorrow, certainly in the next 24, 48 hours. How likely, from a military perspective, do you think all of this is?
It is, Simon, quite likely. I mean, the Americans all day have been giving us signals that they think it is imminent and that it might be bigger than we originally might have imagined. I mean, the original attack on the Damascus consulate was the 1st of April. It's the 12th of April now. So if the Iranians don't go soon, people will have forgotten what it's all about. And they won't relate the two things. They won't wait very much longer unless they're going to let it go altogether, which I'm fairly sure they won't. And the United States is pretty clear now that something is about to happen, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, but it won't be much further than that, and it may be quite big. That's the message coming out of Washington in all sources. I've been reading them all day long. Yeah. All these sources are building up.
Yeah, clearly timing is of the essence, as you say, but let's look deeper into what could be involved in this attack. What are we looking at? Because there's certain parameters they work within, aren't there?
That's right. Well, I mean, one of the things that we thought was unlikely, and the Americans are now saying is more likely, is a direct attack from Iran on Israel itself. Now, the distance between Iran and Israel is 1,700 kilometres, minimum distance. That's about 1,000 miles. Question is, do the Iranians have missiles that can do that? Yes, they do. They don't have that many of them, but they certainly have missiles that could reach Israel independently and hit Israel territory or territory very near to it. If they do that, the Israelis have made it very clear they'll hit back. And some in Israel would almost like that to happen because they'll hit back at some big facilities in Iran. I mean, Iranian ports are wide open to attack, but also Iran's nuclear facilities. To take down some of the nuclear facilities is something that a lot of Israeli military people have been waiting to do for 20-odd years, and some of them would love to have the opportunity to do that. So that's less likely. But it's possible now. It seems more possible than it did yesterday. The other more likely possibility is that the Iranians use their proxies. So they've got proxies in Hezbollah in Lebanon. They've got proxies in Hamas. There's not much Hamas could do in this case. Proxies in the Houthis, who are south of this map, down at the bottom of the Red Sea in Yemen. And, of course, there's a lot of Americans in the area. There's 40,000 American troops in the area in general. There's 2,000 Americans in Syria. There's about 1,000 Americans in Iraq in various bases. They've certainly attacked them before, and they've used their proxies to attack them, and they might do that again. That's really quite likely. Hit the Americans as a proxy for hitting the Israelis. Now, the Americans have made it very clear that they won't tolerate that. The Americans have got the Eisenhower battle group, which is in the Red Sea. That's moved north. The battle group has moved north, along with this cruiser, the Philippine Sea, very powerful ship, full of cruise missiles. So the Americans have now got their battle group in the northern part of the Red Sea, and that would be well placed for any retaliatory action they may take against IRGC, Republican Guard units, who try to attack Americans in Iraq or Syria. That's obviously what the Americans are worried about. And this new alert they're going on to, I'm sure, is to get everybody in the region, all their 40,000 CENTCOM people, on full alert for what they think will happen during this weekend.
Regional tensions are really sky high. Professor Michael Clarke, thank you.